Hey guys, a little late to the party, I know, but I'd also like to give you my list for the top 20 movies of the year. So many awesome movies this year that it can rival years like 2019 and 2014. With that being said, here are some of my honorable mentions to my honorable mentions. Sonic 2, Scream, 3000 Years of Longing, Hellraiser, Hustle, Smile, All Quiet on the Western Front, Bodies, 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 Tar, Wakanda Forever, Terrifier 2, Elvis, and The Outfit. Number 20 we have Prey, a return to form to the Predator franchise that can even rival the original. Number 19 we have Weird, the Al Yankovic story. One of the best comedies of the past decade, not joking. Number 18 we have See How They Run, a unique take on Agatha Christie's countless murder mystery, and it's just so much fun. And number 17 we have Triangle of Sadness, Joker would be proud. Number 16 we have X, the most straightforward A24 movie and for the better. And number 15 we have Glass Onion, not quite as good as Knives Out, but different enough to make it stand on its own. Number 14 we have Barbarian. In a year with standout horror movies, this is on the top of that list. Number 13 we have The Whale. Just give Fraser his Oscar please. And number 12 we have Bones and All. Rom-com of the year? Only Luca can make this work. And at number 11 we have The Banshees of Inisherin. I hope my boys don't do this. Peak dark comedy. Kicking off my top 10, The Fabelmans. Spielberg just doesn't miss. What more can I say? He made West Side Story even better than the original. How do you even do that? The Fabelmans resonates with me so well because as an aspiring filmmaker, I saw myself in this movie. Like this movie was made for me. That driving force of you just loving movies so much that others just won't understand. Sure, there are cheesy moments here and there, but I cried about 4 different times throughout the movie. Oh, and you get the Riddler backstory as well. At number 9, we have Top Gun Maverick, a sequel 35 years in the making with so much care and love. Perfect recipe for a billion-dollar film. This movie is for the people. It does such a good job of pulling you in with just a bit of cheesiness. I remember the first time I saw it, I completely forgot I went with Jip because how amazing this movie truly is. The third act is one of the best third acts I've ever seen. It's so tension-fueled as well as nail-biting. The characters make this movie work so well. They're all very distinct in their own personalities, and who could forget the GOAT, Tom Cruise, Maverick himself. Can't wait for Mission Impossible 7. At number 8, we have The Menu. The Menu is such a beautiful and hilarious film. Ray Fiennes continues to prove that he's one of the best working actors today, as well as every single person in this movie. Oh my god, they're just so incredible. Each individual is perfectly set up in the madness of The Menu. The Menu is categorized as a horror film, and while I don't think it's quite that, there are really great horror elements that are really effective, as well as comedic beats that could make this a full-blown comedy. I knew this would be pretty good, but at number 8 on my list, I couldn't believe it. Also, another one of those you can watch many times, and now I'm just craving a cheeseburger. At number 7, we have Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Now, prior to making this list, I had this a little higher. However, I keep thinking about it and I really want to go see it again. And I saw the Letterboxd, I saw the reviews, and I just told myself there's just no way that this is that good. Boy, was I wrong. I'm a fan of the first one, and I was about 11 or 12 when that came out, so I guess yeah. But to put Puss in Boots in this scenario of his last life is so creative and genius. I love when kids movies aren't afraid to go that extra mile and go above and beyond to showcase a great kid movie. And not only that, it's just a really good movie. Puss in Boots is easily one of the best animated films I have ever seen, and the villain here is absolutely terrifying to my core. This villain is so intimidating and so well put together. He's just so menacing and I absolutely love him, and I can't wait to rewatch this movie time and time again. At number 6 we have Babylon. Now Babylon is that new kid on the block, with it being my most recent film that I watched in 2022, but oh my god was it amazing. A 3-hour epic about love for cinema in the 20s. I mean, sure, we've seen this before, but not on this level of chaos. Our main protagonist is once again literally me. Let's give it up for Mexican kings this year. We know Chazelle came to deliver, and that's exactly what he did. He earned that budget and made a movie for the ages. It makes me really upset that movies like this are getting bombed at the box office. Please go see this movie. It really needs the help because it is bombing terribly. The ending is so batshit crazy yet beautiful. I cried like a little bitch and I can't wait to see this again. Although it's not going to top Whiplash or La La Land for me, I would say it's right behind those two movies. And let me just say, that ending is pretty insane. At number 5 we have Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. We've had not one, not two, but three Pinocchios this year. I mean, who cares about the other two? But there's only one that really matters. I drove about an hour and a half to see this movie, and it was so worth it. I wanted to see it as soon as possible, and I couldn't believe my eyes. It's no secret that Guillermo del Toro attached to anything will catch my attention because, whoa, shocker, he's one of my favorite directors of all time. But this feels like his kind of movie. The stop motion is just gorgeous and works so well with the Pinocchio story. You got Christoph Waltz as the villain. Come on, that's amazing. Many Pinocchios were made, many will be forgotten, many will be remembered, and this is one of them. I was in my theater with probably one other person, and I was lost in the world. I was crying so much my eyes were hurting. And the score is absolutely mwah, chef's kiss. It's not really a kids movie with so much dark materials, but hey, that's how I like them. By the way, Ewan McGregor might be the best voice actor in the whole movie. In a world where this version of Pinocchio doesn't exist, Puss in Boots is the best animated film of 2022, but it does exist. At number 4, we have a movie that means so much to me, considering it was our very first review for Ego, and it's The Batman. It's no surprise that I'm a huge Batman fan. Always am, always will be. What Matt Reeves was able to achieve is just purely masterful. As of right now, The Batman is my favorite on-screen Batman film. It's not just a good comic book movie, it's just a good movie. The sound design of the Batmobile, that's all I'm gonna say. And that iconic score, I hope the Oscars don't forget about this masterpiece. But yeah, this is a phenomenal film, and I can't wait to see the Batman 2 and 3 and so on, and the new Penguin series. I'm just so eager to see what's going on. At number 3, we have Everything Everywhere All at Once. This movie is so special and spectacular on a technical and filmmaking aspect. I still don't know how the Daniels were able to make such an insane concept and form it into a film that is funny, thrilling, exciting, fun, and emotional. It's everything I want in a movie packed into 2 hours and 20 minutes. By the way, that runtime just flies by, easily having so many standout scenes, and I'm so glad this was a hit at the box office. Definitely the best multiverse movie of the year. This was my number 1 for quite some time until 2 other movies came out later in the year. At number 2, we have Decision to Leave. Park Chan-wook is another one of those directors that just shits out excellence. No, I haven't seen Oldboy, but I'm planning to check it out soon. With movies like Joint Security Area and The Handmaiden, Park Chan-wook is easily up there with the best. This movie is just a masterpiece. The cinematography here flourishes with so many bold choices that are surely to catch your eye, as well as it being one of the best edited of the year. The storytelling here is just so good. When this movie ended, I just felt completely shattered, and it's surprisingly hilarious as well. The way Park Chan-wook is able to balance all these tones yet ultimately break you in the end is just so inspiring and impressive. You haven't guessed by now? It's a recommendation from me. Go watch it as soon as possible. And at number 1, my favorite film of 2022 is Nope is My Baby. So initially I saw this a couple of days before the release date, and I felt a little lukewarm to it. I left the theater with the feeling of a spectacle with little to nothing else to grab me on. I understood that Jordan was telling me to look deeper into the film, and I just wasn't getting into it. With that being said, I had tickets opening night as well, and I was completely mesmerized. Whatever I was smoking on that initial viewing must have been insane. I mean, this movie is so awesome. Sure, call it Jordan's version of Jaws or Jaws in the Sky, but from beginning, you know that Jordan isn't messing around. The tones established from that very start are just so intimidating and terrifying that you're just begging for more. Nope is simply put a masterpiece. With the sub-storyline of Gordy connecting to Jean Jacket, it's just so beautiful. And that beautiful design of our monster, it's just absolutely majestic. The sound design, oh my god, the sound design of this movie is just spectacular. You probably already know by now that the night sequences were shot in the day, but I'm still wondering how they did it. It's just so seamless. I've seen Nope around 7 times now, and every viewing gives me more ideas and just makes the movie better. It's my favorite of Jordan's. I love you. I highly recommend the behind the scenes doc called Shadows of Nope, which is just so fascinating and cool. If I had to nitpick something, it would be nothing. This movie is just too good. And oh my god, I'm gonna stop blabbering about it. If you haven't seen it already, what are you doing? And that's my top 20 of the year. If you guys want to check out my full ranking of all 128 new releases that I saw in 2022, please follow me on Letterboxd. Comment your favorite movie of the year, as well as your worst movie of the year. I'll tell you guys mine right away. It's Jeepers Creepers 4. It's terrible. Don't watch it. Alright guys, that's it from me. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. And Giancarlo will be coming out with his list shortly after of the top 10 best horror movies of 2022. Stay safe. Peace.